Hi, I'm Craig. That's my brother Brad. Welcome to Weekdays with Craig and Brad.
Life is hard, but you can't give up. Let's have a conversation. Weekdays, we're gonna make it today. Weekdays with Craig and Brad.
Episode 109. We did it, Brad.
We made it.
We did. We made it. It's good stuff. Glad you're here.
109 episodes. Craig,
Mm-hmm.
on this day, June 27th, 1994, what
Yeah.
was the number one song in America?
June 27th, 1994. You know what I'm going to... Okay, here it is. I'm going to go with Michael Jackson, Black or White.
Oh, you're a few years too late on that one.
Okay. Sorry.
You ready for this?
Glycerine by Bush.
Ooh, that's a pretty good guess, but no, you're wrong.
Okay.
I swear by the moon and the stars and the sun. Yes, I swear. You know what I
Nice.
remember about that song?
Dancing? Oh, sorry.
Sixth grade dance. Going to a sixth grade dance, and that was the
Oh,
song you
yeah.
wanted to slow dance to with a girl. In particular, do you want to hear a quick story?
Sure.
This is the worst asking out of a girl story you'll ever hear. Okay, sixth grade, I go to this girl's house with my buddy. We ride our bikes. We go, hey, she lives there. I'm gonna ask her to the dance. Super big Billy Madison fan at the time, so I was talking like that all the time, thinking I was hilarious. Hey, stop looking at me, Swan. I thought I was hilarious. Sixth grade Brad. He goes to this girl's house. He's going to ask her to a dance. I was just wondering if you wanted to go to the dance with me. Do you know what she said?
No.
She said, no, I don't go to dances. Do you know who I saw at the dance? That girl. I learned a lot that day.
That's right. Hal's right. He says, and you lit poop on fire on her doorstep. That's right.
Darn straight I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's outstanding. That's outstanding.
That's great.
Benji when you walk up. Yeah,
No,
so sorry.
Yes. I was the worst at asking out girls. For sure.
Proceed. Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
so funny.
But yeah.
Royce over here says she was the guy who could do a really good Mike Myers impersonation, like Wayne. He's like, hey, do you want to go to the dance with me? Excellent.
Dang.
That's
Yeah.
right. Oh, that's
Absolutely. Yeah, so I Swear by All For One was the number one song on this day. And hey, you know what? I use this website all the time when I do these little number one things. It's playback.fm.
Mhm.
And pull it up. Here's an interesting thing I have not seen at all. I have not noticed this at all. But when you look this up, if you look up the song, find the number one song on the day you were born.
Mhm.
It tells you how many minutes, how you were born 14,202,524 minutes ago.
Wow.
It tells you how many minutes old you are. That's
Wow,
pretty
that's
cool.
crazy. That is pretty awkward and weird. Yeah, that's
weird.
good.
Okay.
You know, it's not awkward. Tailstraw coming in with the $5 super chat saying, "Rip in pepperonis, rest in peace." That's right. Hey, Tailstraw, glad you're here. Thanks so much for the $5 super chat. Yeah, man. So we got big news tonight.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to that in just a little bit. But probably the most important news of the day has got to be the YouTube comment of the day. I lie. It's hyperbole. It's not actually the most important thing of the day. I apologize, but it is still really good. This one comes from the BT Stevens, longtime viewer. Last week's podcast we had our dad on, which was really great, really memorable for me. I'm gonna always take. Real quick. I was talking to mom about that, and I said I really wish dad was a little more serious. He was trying to ham it up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know.
That's
Anyways.
his style. That's his style.
Yeah. I know. It's crazy.
But I enjoyed it. I was glad we had him on, and then I look forward to having mom on at some point too, and having a conversation with mom.
Oh, listen, I'll tell you about this in a second. Just a little bookmark in that about talking with mom, because I had a conversation with mom this week, which I want to share with everybody. Okay. So here we go. But the YouTube comment of the day comes from BT Stevens. Says, "That's so interesting that your dad said 9/11 about the moment that impacted his life the most." He says, "My parents were who are in their 60s, and everyone around them always says the Kennedy assassination." And I was kind of surprised as well with that dad said that the moment that impacted his life the most was probably 9/11, or at least world event, which is, pretty crazy because, I often hear the Kennedy assassination, and especially here in Dallas. I mean, the Kennedy assassination is still talked about. It's over 50 years ago. And, people, Dallas, you killed a president, you killed the president of the United States, like I've actually heard that, which is stupid.
That?
Yeah.
Oh, you're from Dallas? You're
You
from
like-
the Dallas area?
all-
You yourself killed the president.
Y'all like to kill them presidents, don't you?
They sound like they're from Texas.
It's great. Yeah, it's weird. Like when they're from Wisconsin or something, y'all like to kill them presidents, don't you?
They
Cowboy.
do a little cultural appropriation with the Texans.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Oh my gosh, ridiculous. Yeah. No. 9/11. Number one for me when my kids ask me one day when they say what was the biggest world event that happened, I'm going to say probably 9/11. Even now, compared to like all the craziness that happened in 2020 and what's happening now, even I feel like 9/11 was probably the beginning of that. Like I was thinking the other day, I was like, we were doing really good. Like we weren't perfect with humanity and what we were doing, but we were doing really good throughout the 80s and 90s. Pretty good. If we had kept on track with that, we'd be in a really good place right now. But then 9/11 happened, and it's just gone downhill since then, it seems like.
It's been that way for 20 years. Just all downhill. It's ridiculous. Now, then the internet happened, and everyone got upset about everything. You know how it goes. But yeah, look, I'm glad we got a lot of great folks in here tonight. Really, really good. Really glad you guys are in today. Jeff Raptor fan came in with the tier 1 sub for 6 months. Says, thanks, guys. Yes, getting older is awesome. We're definitely going to be talking about that tonight because I had some things happen this past week, which were things that happen as you get older, traditionally. And we're going to talk about that stuff. But before we get into that, by the way, thank you, BT Stevens. You are the YouTube comment of the day. 911 points for you for that 9/11 reference. There you go.
Oh, wow.
It's big time. I know.
deep.
It's crazy. Yeah. So look, we got a lot of great people in tonight. Looking forward to fill you guys in on everything that's going on. Want to remind you guys that this episode is brought to you by collaboratorclub.com. You can go over to Collaborator Club if you're a creator of any kind. If you create content on YouTube or on Twitch, if you have 1 subscriber or 1 million subscribers, you can head over to collaboratorclub.com and become a member. And if you already have an account on YouTube or Twitch, you can literally log in right now. It's super easy. You can go search and find people to collaborate with. I'll tell you this right now. That website is a work in progress. It is constantly going to be growing. Think of it like this. It's like Disneyland, where the project is never done. Isn't that what they say about? Isn't that what Walt Disney said about Disneyland? The project's never done, and it'll never be a complete project. It's always going to be growing and changing and evolving. And we've already started evolving and changing it already. And I love it. I love it. We got some good things coming in the next 6 weeks or so. Speaking of, you can actually go and look at possibly investing and being a part of the company by going to WeFunder.com/Collaborator Club. Hey, look, I have a graphic for it. Bam, right there. So go check it out and consider, see if it's right for you. It is investing. Obviously things can go great or they could go horribly wrong. But that I'm going to be busting my buttocks for you and anybody who considers investing. I promise you, we got some good things going. So
I've
Oh,
invested, Craig.
thank you. Thank you.
I
You
want
know,
everybody to know that.
that's the one thing about it is I can't like legally I
Hmm.
can't speak in hyperbole, right?
Hmm.
People like go to the moon, you know, and like
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
all I can say is like I'm going to work my butt off for you. That's
Yeah.
really all I can say. You know, I'm going
Hmm.
to work really hard and I'm going to try to do my best to make it. But like
Yeah.
legally, from the Security Exchange Commission's perspective, I can't say things like I
Mhm.
can't speak over the top and crazy. So
Yeah, I had
uh,
somebody write me recently about an investment opportunity, and they were like, "We're going to make so much money with this," and I'm like, you don't know that. Hold up, whoa,
right,
slow
right, right,
down.
right, right, right,
Like, I
right.
know you're excited about it, but let's, obviously you want to make a bunch of money with it. You want to make it a successful company, but well, wait a minute.
Right,
I
right,
got it.
right.
I got it.
But yeah, I'm excited. Like Colorama says, I trust Craig to do well. Well, thank you, Colorama. I'm going to do my best to do well. Speaking from a strictly non-hyperbole standpoint, I'm going to do my best.
That's right.
um, hey, the Happy Baker also came in resub Prime for 4 months. Says, hey Craig, sorry it's been a while. I was on leave and I'm finally back. Happy Baker, great to see your face. Glad you're here. Welcome on in over there on twitch.tv/stuttering Craig. So yeah, we got some big stuff being thrown down right now. Major announcement. Should we just let everybody know what it's going on right now, Brad?
Yeah, yeah. You want me to tell them, or you want to
Yeah,
tell
go
them?
ahead.
All right. We've been on this channel, Craig Skits YouTube channel. And
Well, it
next
was.
week,
Now it's Stuttering Craig.
or Stuttering Craig,
Mm-hmm.
for all 109 episodes, next week, weekdays will air on youtube.com/5timesaugust and twitch.tv/Stuttering Craig. So we're moving the show over to my channel, and we're going to see how it does there. Okay, you got it? So I want you to go to youtube.com/5timesaugust, subscribe to my channel there, so then you'll get the update on when we go live, and we'll see how the show does there. I've got a community going on there that I think will really dig the show, and you guys that know us here, I think you'll come along. I think you'll come on over, and we'll
Yeah.
keep the show going.
Those who watch on Twitch you don't have to worry about it. You'll be able to watch the show on Twitch. Just with the direction that my YouTube channel, the Stuttering Craig YouTube channel, is going, weekdays doesn't really fit there right now. So it fit better on 5 times August. But we wanted to continue the show because you guys want to hear the show. You guys like this show. So figured it'd be best because I'm kind of shifting the focus of the YouTube channel, and it's gone pretty well the last couple of weeks. So I want to continue that ride, and it fits a little bit better over on the 5 times August YouTube channel. So make sure you guys go over there and subscribe, and the show will look the same, sound the same, everything will be the same, but it'll be over there instead. So, but once again, it'll still be on the twitch.tv/Stuttering Craig Twitch channel. So yeah,
That's right. Episode 110. I'm
yes,
excited for it. Colorama says, I thought 5 times August is for 18 plus only videos.
right. Exactly.
Sometimes. Yes.
Right.
I
That should
think
be
we'll be
fun.
able to get away with a little bit more on my channel. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's see. RW Hall says, "Woo, collaboration." That's right. That's right. There you go. Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly. There's Austin Faulkner popping in. Austin, good to see you. It's
All right.
Armadillo right there. Love that. Man, good to see you. And Cheetah Man popping in, talking about that algorithm. The algorithm will continue.
Oh, yeah.
The greatest one-man band in the world will continue to rock your faces off.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that'll be next week. So
sure.
I think we'll see what happens with the move, and it's not that big of a move really if you're watching over on Twitch, and if you're watching over on YouTube, it's a one-click subscription over there at 5 times August. So yeah, so
It'll
there you
be
go.
cool. We'll get some new people watching. And
Oh
some
yeah,
new commentary, and maybe you guys will connect with a whole brand new group of people, and then wow, twice the love, baby.
wow. Wow. So you want to talk about the main topic tonight?
Well, maybe you need to talk about it because
Okay.
you had a lot go on this week, and
I have. So
you chose the topic tonight.
I am. Look, here's the thing. I'm a man. I'm 40. I turned 40 last week. Right. What day is today?
Today is Sunday. It's
Sunday the
20th. It's the only day of weekdays that we do weekdays right now. It's Sunday. Yeah.
So look, 10 days ago I turned 40. And then a week after my birthday, I had it scheduled for a couple months. I went in to get the old snip done. All right. June 24th, 2021 was the day I was going to get the old snip. That's code for vasectomy. And that's the thing. I'm okay talking about this stuff. I don't care. I think it's great to be transparent with you guys. But let me tell you something, man. This is something that you do. I think when you reach a point in your life where you're like, yeah, I have a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old, and I thought to myself, if we have another kid right now, that'd be really weird, right? Not that it's weird to have because it'd be at least 9 months away, right? So my 9-year-old would be 10, my 7-year-old would be almost 8. Then we'd have a newborn baby. Then you got to have another kid. You got to have another kid because that kid needs a friend, right? Because then you just have this kid who's singing. So you don't just go from 3 to 4. So that was the whole idea. Like, look, we gotta do something about this. So we did something about this.
Ooh.
So here's the thing about this. Here's the thing about this. Everything was all scheduled. 4:30 in the afternoon. I'm going in. All right. I'm gonna go see the doc. Right. And this let me say, this doctor.
He's waiting in there, and he's like, "Come on in, I got my scissors ready."
No, let me tell you about this doctor. This doctor, when I first went in and saw him, he goes, "Okay, so let's see what you're working with." And I was like,
okay. It didn't come. All right.
and then he goes, and it's like, "Oh, you want me to take off my pants?" Like this is the first time I met him. And he did his inspection or whatever. He's like, "Okay, yeah, cool. Well, we'll schedule this for a couple months from now, and we'll make it happen, right?" Yeah, right. That's right. Just like what's that show where he it's that movie where he shaves his friend. Oh, She's All That. Have you ever seen She's All That, where his friend shaves
Yeah.
Anyways, so he so he get it scheduled, right? And this guy's like, he's kind of cool, but it's also kind of like, do I want my doctor to be cool?
Too cool for a doctor that's gonna be working on my man parts.
Right. So I scheduled this thing, all right? And I'm like, it'll be a week after my 40th birthday. It's time. I'll have my time. I'll be able to go get my workouts in and work as hard as I can up until my 40th, and then I can kind of, do that. So it was scheduled for Thursday, and it's summertime. There's a lot going on right now. There's summer camps out the wazoo right now. When you got a 9 and a 7-year-old, you're taking them anywhere and everywhere, right? Just to keep them occupied for a week at a time.
I hear that.
So Maddie had cheer camp last week or this week. And cheer camp was something that kind of popped up. She wants to be a cheerleader. She's been saying she wants to be a cheerleader since she was 4. She wants to, root people on and go team. So this is her first chance of doing that. Well, on Tuesday, they announced that there was going to be a show for the parents to come watch. A show for the parents to come watch Thursday at 4:30. Right? Which is the exact time of the snip. So here's the issue, right? The doctor gives you it's supposed to calm you down. It's a drug that calms you down. It's the opposite of an Ambien, I think. It's going to get you to sleep. I don't remember what it's called, but I was really kind of worried about taking it because I don't like putting things like that in my body. So Valium. Thank you, chat. Oh. Yes. So I went in and I didn't want to take. If you're going to take a Valium, you can't drive, right? So you need somebody to drive you to and from your snip. So naturally, Kristen was the one who was set up to drive me. Well, here's the problem with that. We now have a cheerleading show that we have to attend. So I'm like, look, you need to go to the cheerleading show. So I call Mom. And I'm like, hey, Mom, will you take me to and from my vasectomy?
Okay. All right.
And she's like, sure, whatever, whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You know how
Your
Mom
mother
is.
will always be there for you, even when it's time to go get a vasectomy.
Right.
Okay.
And she was like telling me, I was like, I remember when I took Dad to get his. It's like,
Oh, okay. You learn so much about our family on this show, don't you?
Right. So you gotta remember, I took my surgery's at 4:30. They say take the Valium at 3:30. I take the Valium at 3:30, and I would say it definitely calmed me down. I'm not. I was pretty confident going into the thing, but I was just kind of like, okay, cool, whatever, right?
Hey, Duck. Yeah.
So I'm sitting there waiting for it, and they're like, look, the doctor's running behind today, probably 30 to 45 minutes. Just hang out. So I'm just sitting there in the waiting room.
Hang out?
I'm just hanging out with my wang out.
Okay.
So there's me and my mom sitting in the waiting room, just waiting for me to go to the back. And the thing is, I brought my peas, my cold peas that you're supposed to put on your PP, the peas on the PP. I brought the peas and everything. And
I am loving this story
thank you.
every step of the way.
Good. So I go, it's one of those things where they're like, all right, Craig, come on back. And I'm like, all right. So I get to the door to go in, and I just kind of look back at Mom. And it's one of those things where, like, like she knows what's going to happen. And I know what's about to happen. And I'm going to be totally different by the time I come out in like 10 minutes, right? So I go in and I lay down, or I go into the office, and the guy's like, he goes, hey, what's up? Like the doc's like, hey, how's it going?
Hey,
He goes,
Stud.
Yeah,
Come
it's
on,
like-
have a seat. Let's see
Hey.
what we're working with here.
Hey, big guy. It's like, yeah. And the whole
You want to
time,
play a video game while we do this?
yeah, you want to bust out a Game Boy? So he's like talking the entire time. He's like just talking to me. He's like, so tell me about what you do, man. And I'm over here just like, he's over there just like lipping up and doing all these things. And I'm just sitting here just like, yeah, so I work online, I do this business, and I'm just like not even looking down. And he's like, and it was like super easy, it took 10, 15 minutes, and he's like, all right, we're done. And I was like,
Wow.
that's it? He's like, yeah, that's it. And then I walked on out, and then we went to go get Pie Five
Okay.
afterwards.
Yeah.
And I ate a pizza and a half, and I went home, and I just got super hungry. And then I remember talking to Mom about just I was asked, I was like, I need to know what happened. Following up on last week, we were talking about how Dad met Mom going down
Right.
they're going up the stairs. I was like, I need to know more about this. And you know what she said? You know what she said to me? She goes, I couldn't get away from your father. She goes, I couldn't get away from your dad. I'd go to all these weird places, and he would just show up. I was like, kind of like a stalker? And she's like, kind of like a stalker. I was like, well, we've been married for 50 years now, so it's all right. So
You made it through the stalking, I guess. All right. So Dad made it sound like he walked in a place and there was Mom walking down the steps. But
right.
but hypothetically, he may have known she was going to be there and timed it just right.
Right.
He may have been looking through with binoculars going like, okay, Patty's in there with some creep. She's going to be walking down the steps, and go, Jim, go.
Yeah, he's like the guy in Back to the Future. He's on top of a tree branch looking.
Right. How different our fate would have been.
Oh, that's crazy.
We would not be here if not for our dad.
That's
His
hilarious.
binoculars.
Yeah, he knows.
Well, that's fantastic. We'll get the full layout of that story at some point when Mom comes on the show. So
Yeah.
that's great. So you went in and you got it. And,
Yep. I spent 2 days with peas on my balls, and I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm all right. I got a little bit of pain, but outside of that, I'm okay. I'm getting up, getting around. It really sucks not being able to swim or lift any weights or anything like that. But I can't do that for a week. But whatever. And it is what it is. So there's that. So look, that's the whole genesis of tonight's topic of it's okay to get older. It's okay. And I think that's the one thing is as I've gotten older, our audience has gotten older, right? And those who watched Stutter and Craig back in the day are now listening to Stutter and Craig talk about vasectomy talk. You know what I mean? It's like that's
Who would've
awesome.
thunk it? Who
Right,
would've
right.
thought?
Right, exactly. And I love that. I think that's great. I've been so transparent with the audience that it's great, you know. So Hal says, "Wait, I'm getting older." Yes, Hal, believe it or not, believe it or
We're
not.
all getting older.
But I think the big thing is that, you know, it's okay. It's okay to get older. It's okay to, you know, and some people are like, oh, you look back on the past all the time. It's okay to have nostalgia for the past as long as you continue to look forward. And I think that's kind of what my YouTube channel is going for. It's okay to look back and laugh and at the good times, right? But I'm still very much looking forward to everything that's ahead of me right now and the things that are going on in my life. Wire Magic actually asks a good question. Says, have you fixed your jaw yet? I have not. It's something that I really very much need to do. Very much need to do, and it's definitely high on the priority list. But I think it's going to be, you know, when I do fix my jaw, I worry that it's going to have to be like wired shut. I won't be able to talk, and that's a pretty big thing. And you know, I have to be able to talk in what I do on a day-to-day basis. So.
Hey, I'm Craig. This is my brother Brad. Welcome to Weekdays.
Yeah,
I get it. I get it.
See,
I keep getting comments on my mug from Colorama. This is the biggest mug I own. Came from Walt Disney World.
love it, love it.
It's a jug.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. You know, I see some people in the chat says, you know, like Wire Magic goes, I wouldn't want you to act like a 20-year-old, right? And that's the thing is you know, the whole act your age thing. I wouldn't want to act like a 20-year-old. I was stupid when I was 20. I was stupid when I was 25. Stupid when I was 30. You know, I'm stupid now. You know, you just, as you get older, you're still stupid. You're still dumb. You just get a little bit less dumb along as you experience more things, which is why like the idea of listening to anybody who has, you know, in college or in high school is just the stupidest thing in the world. It's crazy. Anyway,
That's what makes the whole woke generation that's coming up here so laughable to me. You know, I'm like, I remember you guys, like you were the goth kids back then, like that. You know, everybody's like, oh, those are the goth kids. You're just the woke kids, and then you're going to grow up and you're going to be somebody different. I was talking about that on a show the other day. I did a couple podcasts this week on some other channels, and we were talking about that. I was like, you don't know who you are in between the ages of 20 and maybe 40, you know? Then once you're 40, you're still dumb, like you're saying. I think you just don't do the dumb things you did before. You're making dumb mistakes with all the stuff you haven't done yet still. You know what I mean?
sure.
You're being 40 making 40-year-old dumb mistakes instead of being 20 making 20-year-old dumb mistakes.
Yes. Jeremiah says, implying that woke requires you to be young. This is true. There are a lot of idiots that are old too.
That's true. That's true. But they're. I mean, you look at TikTok, and it is. I don't know. You don't have to be young to be woke. That's true. I'll take that back.
That is true. That is true. I would just. But if you were to look at the scale of woke to age, the wokeness is definitely higher on the younger scale than it is as you get older, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
There's a reason that the comeback is okay boomer.
Right.
You know,
Right.
because they're younger and they're like, okay, boomer.
Hey, speaking of that, did you ever see that OK Boomer girl? You saw that, right? The girl who's dancing and she had her boobs out and she like it was a viral thing. Do you remember seeing that?
No, I didn't.
Oh man. Oh, I thought for sure you had seen this. So it was like, you know, a couple of years ago, maybe a year ago, and she was like, it was this girl. Let me see if I can find her real quick because it was a pretty viral thing. And she was
You just described like 99% of the internet, though. A girl with
Right.
that went viral.
Here you go. So it's this girl. Have you ever seen this girl before? Right? She was
No.
dancing in the
Okay.
right, and so she's all like, "Yay, I'm super cute and stuff," and and
Bernie.
she apparently she lives in Dallas, and she's all about like, you know, tax the rich and stuff. And she did this video like 2-3 weeks ago. It was like, check out my $2 million apartment in Dallas.
I did hear about her. Yeah,
Right.
I heard about that. I did hear about that girl. Yeah, so that's the same girl. Okay. Yeah. Now, I've noticed, speaking of girls online with their boobs, so Twitch has essentially become just softcore porn site, it sounds like,
Yeah.
lately. And I've noticed on Instagram, when you get on like the loading page where it just shows you stuff.
No,
It,
I don't. I don't have Instagram.
well, you might not know, but when you go up and when you load up Instagram, if you're not on your page or posting something, you can look at what's trending. And I've noticed more and more they're sticking in girls that just stand to their side and do a little thingy, and it's just like a 15-second clip, and I'm like,
Mhm.
what is this? Like, this isn't. This is the evolution, like, of our minds and our brains, and what we've done with the internet is, the food we were posting wasn't good enough, but now we're just after, we're all watching young girls. They just put it there for you, though. They just put it there.
Look at this.
So
Golden Child says 2 million isn't being rich, boomer. Have to be a millionaire, idiots. Right.
yeah,
It's awesome. It's
well,
amazing.
it's
Hey,
crazy out there for sure.
yes, for sure. GK came in and says, small antidote I've had. One younger because I was arguing politics about said something. I was arguing politics about said something like, just because I'm young doesn't mean I lack experience. I said, do you have life figured out 5 years ago? He said, no, I was stupid then. I responded with, do you think that mindset stops? Yeah, right. The idea that like people figuring things out as they age, as I feel like that's very much lost in the generation that's coming up. The idea like, this idea of history, of using history and not looking at history to repeat history. I feel like we're in a dangerous spot right now, but anyways.
Yeah, for sure. For
Yes.
sure. So you wanted to talk about getting older
Yes.
on the show tonight. I pulled up a list from the website and magazine, women's magazine, Cosmopolitan. This article is from 2014. We were talking about getting older. 24 things that are more fun when you get older. And the funny thing about this is that I was reading through it, and for two guys, one who's now freshly 40 and one who will be 40 in a few years, I went through this list and I thought, well, these are kind of relevant to us. So I thought it'd be fun to go through and maybe just talk about these things. So 24 things that are more fun when you get older.
Okay, sounds
Their
good.
little tagline here is, looking at the Crate and Barrel catalog is the new making out with a rando at a house party. A rando. I didn't read that earlier. This
What-
article is by Anna Breslaw. Okay,
Okay,
don't
good.
just letting you know. Okay,
She's one of my favorites.
yeah, she does great work on the Cosmopolitan magazine. A real hardcore journalist. Here we
Okay.
go. Going to bed early. There is a magic hour called 10 p.m. Sometimes, if you play your cards right and get all your errands done and manage to dodge plans with friends, you can fall asleep in bed on purpose in your pajamas at this time, and it is glorious. Now, in our context, getting to sleep early means that your kids went to sleep early magically. But I still have not fallen asleep earlier. I have not fallen asleep earlier than midnight for about 8 years.
I was
9
going to
years.
say, a question for the chat. What is the earliest you guys have fallen asleep in the last, I don't know, let's say week? The earliest. Now, no, I'll say this. I had a unique circumstance where I had my Valium and I just had surgery. So
Right,
I
right.
fell asleep at 8:30 that day.
Mhm.
Now, most nights I fall asleep around 12:30 or 1.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Yeah. So maybe I think as we slide into our 40s here, we're gonna get really excited.
Well, look at Jeff Baldwin. 7 p.m. Wow.
7 p.m. Holy crud.
Wow. Holy moly.
What I wouldn't give for a 7 p.m. bedtime.
Tattoo Games, is that 3:30 in the morning or 3:30 in the afternoon? So, legit question.
That's
All right.
that's a weird way to split up your day. Either way. That's crazy. And if you go to bed at 3:30 in the morning, what time do you wake up?
Here, Cliff, look at that. Cliff says, I'm listening to this podcast in my room with two girls that just fell asleep. I'm sneaking out in 5 minutes. Cliff is sneaking out. Love it.
I understand. I understand completely. Okay. So going to bed early, I assume that will get more fun
Yeah.
once you realize you're allowed to do it. I loved this one. Doing nothing. Do you know how much I relish in just quietness
You're
right
talking about
now in my age?
you?
Yes.
Oh,
Doing nothing. It says, remember those years when you'd get restless after 10 minutes of sitting there and beg your parents and friends to get up and go somewhere? Ha ha, yeah, those days are gone, and thank God.
you know, I still have a hard time with that. I still very much have a hard time with just doing nothing. For me,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I see doing nothing as being not productive, and
Yeah,
sometimes I get the idea of not productive, but I like to
yeah.
be not productive in my vacations. But then when
Mm-hmm.
I'm not productive in my vacations, I feel like I wasted my vacation. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
still struggling with that. The idea of just stopping for an hour or two,
Mm-hmm.
because I always have something else going on in my brain. I'm writing something down. So,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
that's just me. But
I,
I get it.
I should clarify that when I say I have time to do nothing, I'm usually doing something. I think that what that means to me is like I have time to actually sit and work on music or whatever it is that I don't really get time for much these days. But doing nothing means I'm not doing all of the other things that I need to do, like cart the kids around and get them from point A to point B, or working on house projects and all the other grown-up responsibilities.
Honestly, because there's nothing better than coming home after work and having a nice tall glass of shut the F up.
That's right. That's
Oh
right.
man, yeah, it's pretty funny, pretty funny. Uh, yeah, there is something to being in a homebody for sure. Just kind of hanging out and doing nothing, not having to go out. I do like going out to eat though. That's something I've always
Mhm.
enjoyed. Just going out and being around people. I like being around people, especially
Yeah.
coming out of COVID. I have a new appreciation for being around everybody and just being with people in public and such. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. It's the idea that you're out doing something. People fill in that void and you're like, I'm out doing something, eating this food. Okay. Number 3, crossword puzzles. Now, I do not do crossword puzzles.
Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
So I'm going to skip over it. Do you do you do crossword puzzles, Craig?
No, I don't. I don't do crossword puzzles. I don't. You know, I could see the allure of the puzzle in general, just the
Yeah.
puzzle, but nah, crossword puzzles and puzzles are not they're not really my jam.
Mhm. I
Mm,
do like to do a picture puzzle. I can
okay.
enjoy sitting down doing a puzzle. I do not enjoy pen to paper puzzles. All right, number 4, shopping for stuff for the house. Did you just find a coupon for 20% off a new towel rack? No, I didn't. This gives you an excuse to go buy a new hamper too. I love that this is coming from this girl's perspective of getting older. I did not read what was past the bold print on most of these, but shopping for stuff for the house. It does get a little fun, when you feel like you've made an upgrade to your home, a little Costco trip, and then you see a nice chair and you dream about it.
Get a nice little chair. That's
Yeah.
That's very Will Ferrell and old school of you. Be
Yeah.
like,
Nice.
I don't know if we may go to Costco. I don't know if we'll have enough time.
Yeah. Right, right.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what you sound like.
Yeah, but you know what? That's something that like shopping for a pillow has been a big deal. We've got all these pillows on our bed, and I hate every one of them. And today we were at Costco. Speaking of Costco, I think that's why I brought it up. And I saw these pillows, and I was like, I need a new pillow. And Kelly's like, well, no, I want to get us. I want to get our. I don't know, like some sort of head test and get our the right pillow for our head. I'm just like, let's just buy a new pillow because I just need a new pillow because all our pillows suck. So I don't know if it's enjoyable, but once you get the new thing that creates more relaxation for you, that is when it's a hammock, for instance.
Mm.
I like the idea of owning a hammock, but I don't have trees yet to put a hammock up. I guess I could put one in my front yard, but I don't think that my neighbors would like me just sitting there in a hammock watching them.
Just hanging out. Hey, before we move on to the next thing, I want to remind you guys, next week, weekdays, will be airing on youtube.com/5timesaugust over on YouTube. It'll still stay the same over on Twitch, but just wanted to give you a heads up. New home next week for weekdays, youtube.com/5timesaugust. So make sure you guys go over there and you subscribe right now, because that is where you're going to find it if YouTube is your preferred viewing destination.
Yeah. All right. And just to clarify, if you don't know, that is my YouTube channel. All right. So you're not just subscribing to some strange YouTube channel.
That's right.
Okay. Number 5, shopping for work clothes.
Nope, pass it. Keep going.
The Crate and Barrel catalog.
Nope, keep going. Not into it.
Cleaning and living.
Nope, get out of here. Cleaning still
instead
sucks.
Clean area.
No,
No. I like a nice clean area.
Mm-mm.
Do you not like a nice clean area?
Well, sure, but I don't want to. Listen. I don't like to clean. I've never liked to clean ever. You know what's funny? This made me feel old. This made me feel old. We had the girls had a sleepover with one of their friends. Kenzie had a sleepover. This little girl, she's probably 9 years old. She cleaned the playroom. She cleaned the playroom that they played in. She woke up the next morning and made both the girls' beds. and you know what she said? You know what she said to Kristen? She goes, "Sometimes you reach an age where you just want things to be clean."
So what was she, 9?
She's 9. I was like, what? What?
I didn't reach that age until, geez, my 20s maybe. Yeah, I was
I'll let
forced
you know.
into that situation. I'll tell you how I became a clean person, or somebody who tries to be clean, I should say. Because my room growing up was a mess all the time. I was a messy kid up until I moved out for the first time, and I lived in a house that was a dump with 5 other guys, and none of them cleaned up. So I was forced into this situation where I was I wanted to make some food, and we had no clean dishes. They were all stacked up, and these were all college guys. We're all living in a college house together in Denton, Texas. The house was a dilapidated piece of junk, and these plates were stuck together, and I started cleaning the kitchen, and I think that was the turning point for me. Just like that, I realized, oh, geez.
You really got to be around a bunch of slobs to really want to.
That day changed me.
It did it.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
All right. Staying in. Go ahead. Rewatch Party Down. What?
Yeah, you know, this was pointed on the chat. Someone mentioned this, and I'm sorry I'm not going to get this, but they said this author needs a friend. Oh, here it is. Zing Aramax says this author needs a friend.
Yeah. You're right.
Oh my gosh.
I thought this was better than it was when I first looked at it. Hanging out with your family. Now, this is one that I can appreciate.
Yes.
Over time, I didn't have too many friends. I've never been like a socialite kind of person who has all these friends about town and stuff like that. I'm good with just my friends and my family and like 1 or 2 good friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, for sure. Like, I have a handful of friends that I've had for over 10 years. You know, just very, very, like, my best friend is my wife. You know, and I enjoy spending time with my family more than I do going out with friends any day, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
I've never felt like I gotta have a boys' night out.
No,
kind of thing. You know, I gotta go get crazy with the guys. That's just not my thing. I don't know. All right, reading nonfiction. Who is this girl?
You know, I do like documentaries a heck of a lot more, but I've always enjoyed the documentary.
Documentaries are good. All
right, naps?
Number 11 was naps. I understand the idea of a nap. I'm not one to take a nap. There was a really funny. We started watching the Cosby Show, and at the house this last couple weeks, and Bill Cosby. Imagine being able to nap. Yeah, that's right. And Bill Cosby comes home from work, you know, and he's Heathcliff Huxtable, and in the show he's a doctor, and he comes in and he lays down and he's really quiet, and this is the whole first like 2 minutes of the episode.
No, I remember this one.
He
Yeah.
lays down his head, and then right when he lays it down, he gets, Dad, Dad.
That's right.
That is my life. That's why I don't even bother with even trying to lay down my head. I just can't.
Yes, it's pretty.
So-
That's outstanding. What a great one. Yeah.
What I realized is that this girl who wrote this article does not have children.
Oh, no way.
Baths.
Yeah, come on, get out of here. Keep going.
Look, like naps, but in water and with candles. If you are in a Boys to Men music video. Okay, having 2 glasses of wine and that's it. Do you have 2 glasses of wine and cut it off there, Craig?
Would you like to know a secret about me? There's
Yeah.
two things. There's 2 things I've never had before: wine and coffee.
Mixed together as as one drink. I don't
No,
think
no,
many
no.
people have had that.
Either. No, you'd be surprised. There's some weirdos out there. I've never had a glass of wine, and I've never had like wine is such a feminine thing to me. You
Yeah.
know, like when you see the ladies like holding it and
Holding it like this. Yeah.
You know, it's just it's a feminine thing to me. I've never been able to get my head wrapped around it. And coffee, I just don't like the taste of it. So
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not a big fan of either of them at all. Okay. 14. Waking up early to get things done. Do you wake up early to get things done?
I mean, it depends on how late I go to sleep. So
You went to the gym, got coffee, went to Home Depot and Target, and it's only 10:30 in the morning. You are crushing it today. That's how she
Nice.
typed this, by the way.
yeah, for sure, especially with a snap at the end.
You are crushing it today. Enter send to my editor. All right. And that's
and-
the end of the list.
Oh, good.
Wait a minute. No,
Oh
it
no, there's
can't be.
10 more.
24
There's gotta be,
Okay, there it is.
There you go. Hold on,
I
real
was
quick.
ready for it to be done.
Jeff Raptorfan says wine is totally not a feminine thing. Yeah, I don't like. I know what you're saying. I totally get it. But for me, in my perspective, I just imagine some stupid housewife with her stupid nails talking to her friends and like that bothers me. Like if I told Kristen this. I told Kristen this like probably within first year of us dating. There are few things in the world that bother me more than a group of women who are out just cackling and laughing and just being annoying. Right,
and
right.
I said, you can't go in there.
Right. Oh, Janice, you're so funny. You know, like it's
Yeah,
like that. It started with the college girls, you know, where the incessant scream. You know what it really started with? It started with the college girls when they heard their favorite song at a dance club, and they go, ah, and they all scream and yell. And now it's just the cackling and laughing. Like there's nothing that drives me up the wall more than those things. But now I'm not around the girls, you know, the girls who are screaming and I'm not around that anymore. I'm down around the cackling. But that's just me.
Yeah. No, I hear you. There's a lot of things those types of girls or women do that kind of make you go like, "Duh." And like it's when they lean down for a picture and they all bunch up into like a sorority picture, you know? Yeah. Because I used to do sorority shows when I toured colleges. Before the show at the college, I'd do like a row of sorority houses, and they were all the same thing. We do a picture at the end, and they all dug
Right.
their shoulder in towards the camera and did that thing. I was like, "What are you doing? Just take a picture, for crying out loud." Okay.
Well, I feel like it's an important question. This is from Tai and Austin Flector says, "What's your stance on woo girls?" I don't know what a woo girl is. Maybe I need to check this out. I don't. Let me do a
I
quick.
don't know what a woo
You
girl
keep going, and I'll take a look at the woo girls. Hold on.
All right. Number 15 is doing and shopping for face masks. I'm gonna have to skip that one, lady. I love that I chose Cosmopolitan. I didn't even look for like a man's magazine on what to expect getting older.
Right.
I found one earlier prior to the show, but it was all about your wiener. It was all about what to expect to happen to your wiener as you get older. I was like, well, Craig's going to cover that. I didn't want to make it all penis talk tonight, but okay. Here we go. 16, having meals alone. Now, I do enjoy sitting somewhere and just eating by myself at a
Oh, hold on.
restaurant.
I'm sorry. I just found out what a woo girl is.
You did?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's it's from Where I Met Your Model, and it's like Where I Met Your Mother, Where I Met Your Mother. And sorry to interrupt you talking about this, but the long and short of it is like it's when you get some girls and they're like, hey, you sexy bitch, woo, and they all go woo together. Like that's what it's all
gosh.
about. Like
Yeah.
that's right up there with it for sure. That's all the same tier to me, all of it.
Yeah.
So
Did you see did you watch Fuller House when they relaunched Full House?
I watched some of it, didn't watch
Yeah.
all of it.
So Kimmy Gibbler and DJ and Stephanie have like this little wolf pack thing that they do where they go, oh, that thing that turned me off of the show so fast. It's like, oh, we don't need that. You know
If
what
you
I'm talking about?
if you have a group of friends, it's okay to just be friends.
Yeah, you don't have to.
You don't need a name. You don't need a handshake. You don't need some sort of call, some sort of guttural scream. You don't need these things. You know, you can just give each other a high five or a fist bump or a handshake, hug. That's all good things.
Yeah.
You don't need to go in and do one of these things, you know,
Hey,
and then
girl.
you don't need that.
Yeah.
'Cause at a certain point, like let's just be real. Kimmy Gibbler, DJ Tanner, and whatever their names are, they're trying to capture their youth, and it shows
Yeah.
when you do that. You look older than you actually are when you do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Moving on. Number 17.
Sorry,
Being
yeah.
outside. You like being outside? Is that more
Yeah.
fun to you, Craig?
Yeah, I enjoy being outside. It's hot right now, but yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. See, when I'm outside, I'm mowing the lawn. Going to the beach. Beach vacations are fun. Can't deny that.
You know, beach is fun if it's clear water. Don't like the gross, sandy, nasty water.
Galveston, Texas water.
Yeah, Galveston, not my favorite. Not my favorite.
No?
It was okay. Nice
Yeah.
place. Not, just dirty water.
I hear you.
Yeah.
You want the Hawaii water.
Yeah. I've only been there once, but yes.
Okay. All right. Number 19, sex. We're gonna talk about this on a show. Number 20, saving money. Is saving money
That's fun.
fun for you, Craig? You like
Yeah.
saving money?
Hey, you know what? Yeah, it's saving money is great. Love it. That's probably one of the most favorite things to do. I also love investing money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Having people over. Now, wait a minute. Having people over can't be on this list.
Yeah.
She just wrote up here somewhere, like
She's
being
talking about being
alone or
alone.
hanging
Yeah.
out with your family. Oh gosh. All right. 22.
As Hal says, so not spending money while shopping for things on the house. Brad, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Yeah.
Your preparation for this show is pathetic.
Look, I'm going to admit to everybody right now, I could have found a better list. I skimmed through the list. The male lists were not very, very good. This had the most variety from what I could tell, and I thought it was funny that it was from Cosmopolitan, but now I do not think it's funny that it was from Cosmopolitan.
That's right. Hal wants you to be
Guys-
sorry and do better.
We haven't done this in a while. Full screen, please.
Mhm.
Viewers, subscribers, I hear you. Legends, I hear you. I will do better. I swear. Next time.
No, I'm just kidding.
And that's the end of the show.
There you go.
That's the end of the show. No, we haven't finished the list. We at least got to finish it. Okay.
All right, because
we're
I
a
have
few-
some too.
Oh, you do? Okay. Okay. Number 22, vacations. You like vacations, Craig?
Vacations are great.
Okay. Number 23 and 24. Going to weddings? Nope. 24, working.
what?
Nobody likes to work. All right. And this person, Anna Bresla, your list was horrible and you ruined my career as a podcast co-host.
Ridiculous. All right, hey, this is what I got. You remember last week we found the website Fatherly, and they had the questions to ask your dad before they died.
Right. Yeah.
Right. I went back to fatherly.com.
Oh, you
They
did?
got some good things. Oh yeah. Fatherly.com. Check it out. Right over here. Talking about things. What happens when you turn 40? Right. What modern men feel about reaching middle age. Right here it is. Check it out.
Is that what we look like up top?
Yeah. We look like this guy. This is what 40-year-olds look like.
Oh,
Do you know that?
gosh. I look like that guy to other
That's right.
people?
Congratulations. You did it.
Oh,
So
yikes.
So I'm just going to read the bold stuff. All right. Priorities change when you get 40. Yes, for sure. You gain confidence. You become more yourself, more you. It says, if you knew me when I was in high school or college in my 20s and 30s, you know that I never had much confidence. I was shy, doubtful, and generally hesitant to take any kind of risk. But as I get closer to 40, I feel like I've hit a huge burst of YOLO. Oh, God, shut up.
Oh, good grief.
Here's
YOLO.
the other one. I'm done with drama. That's a big one. You
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like at a certain point, you just go like, I just don't care. I just don't care.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed less easily. I think that's these two go along with each other. Like I'm done with drama. I just don't care. I'm finally good at saying no. So that's nice. I'm hopeful. This is kind of interesting. My 20s and 30s were more hopeless. I actually think that's kind of interesting because I think that for a lot of folks, their 20s and 30s are very hopeful. They're filled with optimism. But it's interesting to hear that perspective here from Tim from Michigan, who's 39. I live more intentionally. So it's more like,
Yeah.
picking, I try not to waste times when I make plans or decisions. So that's interesting.
Right.
I'm worried about meeting somebody. Okay, so this guy's clearly single, Austin, 39 in Colorado. Let's see if we can hook him up somewhere. I'm terrified at the state of the world.
Yeah.
I think this is something that comes as you get older as well. You start looking around. Jason from Texas, who's also 40. There you go, right? I'm ready to have a family. I feel like I'm running a marathon. Yeah, I think most parents, most people feel that way where they're just constantly running and going when you have kids and you're just constantly going. I'm physically exhausted. I'm curious. What do you guys feel that way? Those, obviously in the chat, do you guys feel tired all the time? Brad, do you?
Yeah, I do. I feel tired all the time. This week was incredibly tiresome week for me. Just carting the kids they went to camp, and we've got another camp coming up this week, and you're driving up there, you're getting them there, and then you come back and you got all these things to fit in before you got to go pick them up, and it's just exhausting. And I'm not even 40 yet.
This one kind of drives me crazy right here. I'm gonna get my first tattoo.
At 40?
Yeah. Like, aren't you supposed to get your first tattoo when you don't know any better?
I'll say it's probably better to get a tattoo when you're older than it is when you're younger, because when you get one when you're young and then your skin stretches out and the ink fades, then it doesn't look good anymore. But if you get a fresh one when you're older, then it's gonna ride out the rest of the way pretty good looking, I think.
Here's one I think that everyone should keep in mind for sure. I'm as young as I'm ever going to be. You're never going to be as young as you are this second. So keep that in mind as you guys do this thing. I'm going to quit my job. I feel experienced. Right? These are all good things.
Nice.
What's up? Life is kind of making sense. You kind of feel like you're figuring it out a little bit. So I feel motivated. Helps to put things in perspective. I'm eager for knowledge. I can't party like I used to. Ryan from Tennessee. I can party like I used to, says Mark from California, with a line of Coke in front of him.
I can still party, man.
I'm unsure of my legacy. Yeah, there you go. I'm dreading my exam, going to the doctor. I think a lot of people do. A lot of men deal with that. I thought I'd have more money than I do. I'm excited to buy my first house. I I'm taking a risk to celebrate. This is just interesting stuff. I'm kind of ashamed. I'm done appeasing. I'm getting a dog. I'm ready to blame the midlife crisis, right? It's just kind of interesting to see. When you look at an article like that, the one thing that I get from it is that, and it took me a while to learn this. I learned this early on when I started Screw Attack, that everybody is very different. Everybody's very different, and you don't understand that until, or at least I didn't understand that until I was managing those people. And I just thought everybody got up and went and did their work hard and went home, right? And there are different personalities, different personalities, how people act, how people respond to, different criticism, or some people don't like criticism. Some people like to be praised, and that's, everyone likes to be praised, but there's different ways to, pull the strings with people, and that's something that I learned. And I feel like that's something that not everybody has had an opportunity to learn yet, especially on Twitter.
Yeah, especially on Twitter. Yeah, I had this idea in my head for a long time that generally everybody kind of thought the same. Because like when we all grow up in the same sort of pop culture, it's easy to assume like, okay, everybody sort of gets, when like, say, take the 40-Year-Old Virgin. Let's talk as a comedy. It was a huge blockbuster movie. Everybody loved it, thought it was funny, one that you can reference. And so you sort of think like, okay, everybody is at least on that kind of sense of humor, right? But then you come to find out that there are so many people out there that like that movie or whatever, it just doesn't click with them, whether it's humor or just a certain perspective of the world. You realize, whoa, people really are different. I don't think I really understood that until this last year, even, really, because I kind of gave people a lot more benefit of the doubt, I guess you could say, people in general.
Well, I think that, number one, Twitter's not real life, right?
No,
Social
not
media
Twitter. Yeah.
is social media as a whole is not real life. All right, I think most people understand that. If you're a mature adult, you understand that, you're only getting people's best, most of the time, you're only getting people's best face forward, so, yeah. So,
Okay.
I want to be too conservative. I just found that kind of interesting, and I got to be honest. I don't, the idea of turning 40 is always this. I came to the realization that that's kind of like the last birthday that people like really are like. You're 40,
You don't
And-
get another birthday till you're 50.
right? Yeah, right. It's a
Yeah.
decade.
Yeah.
Like 35, you're like, oh, you're almost 40. 30, you're like,
yeah.
oh, it's 30. 25, you can now. There's like these milestones. 25, you can rent a car. 21, you can drink. 18, you can vote. 35, you can be the president of the United States. 40, you're 40. Well, 40, okay, so now what? You know what I mean?
Every birthday celebration from now on, which the next big one's going to be 50 in 10 years, it will be, they're all celebrating, hey, you're still here.
You did it.
Yeah, everyone up to 40 is like, you're getting older. All right, you're growing up. Hey, good job. And then after 40, it's like, you're still in there, hanging in there. All right, good
Right.
job. 50, 60. Oh, wow, yeah, 60, 70. They're 80 now?
Whoa. All right. Well, okay. So are we good? I feel like that's a pretty good show. I feel like we did a good job talking to the folks. And by the way, Com gifted a tier 1 sub to Jeff Baldwin. Thank you, Com. Appreciate that, man, over on Twitch.
Yeah.
Hal
So
says, you're
when we-
40. Life isn't about you anymore. That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
That's true. Let people know where we'll be next week. Weekdays will start airing on youtube.com/5timesaugust and twitch.tv/stutteringcraig. We're going to switch weekdays over on YouTube from Craig's channel over to my channel starting next Sunday. So make sure you're subscribed over there, and we'll have a good time. Show's going to be all the same thing, same format, same whatever. We'll just be over on that channel.
That's
There we
right.
go.
One thing that will certainly be there is the algorithm, which now is the time for you to tell us. I would love for you to tell me before we wrap up, What is one thing that you like about getting older?
I'm Al Gore, the voice of your generation. Young people today, let me ask you this. How can we party? The earth is so big, can we party? I'm Al Gore, the voice of your generation. Party.
One last thing before we go. Big thanks to our Patreon producers over at patreon.com/CraigSkits. We'll change that URL around eventually. But I appreciate you guys, your support over there. Greatly appreciate that. And as always, if you'd like to get some more information about how you can potentially invest in my new company, you can head over to WeFunder.com/Collaborator Club. Just learn more about it. You don't have to go invest. You can just go learn more about the new business and why it's important and why I think there's something really special going there. A lot of you guys tend to agree, and you guys are pretty excited about it as well. So, and once again, if you're a creator, you can go check out Collaborator Club right now. It's free right now over at collaboratorclub.com. Got anything else, Brad?
That's it. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody over on next week's show, episode 110.
110. Look at that. What a nice. Yeah, you are kind of 240, Brad, aren't you, Jeff? That's right. I hear you. All right, cool. You guys have a great day. We'll see you guys later on. People are going to try to bring you down. Don't let. Oh, one thing real quick. It's actually very, very important. You know Zim?
Yeah.
Okay, Zim's overseas right now.
Yeah.
Tomorrow on Monday, if you're watching this, make sure you guys come to the stream tomorrow morning. Twitch.tv/StutterandCraig from between 9 and 11. That stream is going to be entirely dedicated to Zim, because what I want to do is I want to send Zim a really nice care package, just things that he would like that remind him of home, because he's sitting in the middle of a desert right now, and I want to send him some really nice things. So we're gonna do that tomorrow morning. So make sure you guys come and check it out. He's an amazing legend, supported the show, supported the streams, and I want to make sure Zim is in a good place. So
Awesome.
make sure you guys show up for that. So that'll be tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. You know, he's a legend. He's a military and just a great dude overall. So
Yeah.
let's take care of him. All right, you guys have a great day. We'll see you guys later on. Bye, Brad.
Bye.